What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Black Sheep Keto, and welcome to another video just for you subscribers out there. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please consider doing so. Now today's going to be another installment of our Rebuild and Refocus series where I kind of track my progress of getting back into my diet and rebuild my strength after being kind of out of the gym for 5 months due to the COVID pandemic. Now today we're going to start things off a little bit different because I just went down to my business mailbox and got all sorts of crazy things sent to me. A lot of times companies will reach out to me and they'll send me products to try or use in recipes, just various things like that. So I have a whole bunch of them today. So I thought it might be fun to start this video by opening up a lot of the cool things that were sent to me. And also, as a note, if you work for a keto company and you want me to check out your products, I do have the mailing address on my website and I'll put it on the screen right now. If anybody wants to send me stuff, I always like trying new products. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this and then we'll continue on with today's video. So first things first, this is from Chipmunk Baking Co. I believe it's going to be kind of cookies and stuff like that. These guys are out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken. And again, they reached out to me and wanted me to let them know what I thought of their product. So I'll go ahead and pull it out here. If you guys want to see an individual video review on any of the things that I use, just let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to save some to do an individual review on. So let's see what's in here. Let's see. Chipmunk. Looks like quite a variety of different cookies they sent me here. Some really thick plastic packaging on this stuff too. It's pretty cool. These are their bites. I did tell them that I love red velvet, so they sent me some of their red velvet bites. And I think there's one more thing in here. A Cinnabon bite. That's pretty cool. So I think that's what we got from them. And a nice letter here, which I will read later. So just off the packing slip, it's a 6-pack of cookies, a pouch of the Cinnabon bites, and a pouch of the red velvet bites. Next up, this is kind of unmistakably a box of chicharrones, if I can talk today, from a company called Pork Clouds. It looks like I don't have to cut this one. There might just be some kind of a punch out here. Now I believe they have some breadcrumbs in here, which is something that I'm very interested in, because that's so much easier to bake with than making your own breadcrumbs. And I've been thinking about doing something like a chicken fried steak or maybe even just fried chicken, so these could come in handy, but let's see what's in the box. So we do have some of the pork panko. Again, I'm looking at doing something with this where I'm making like a chicken fried steak or possibly even just fried chicken. Let me know which one you guys would prefer. And then a whole bunch of pork rinds. These are the Pork Clouds pork rinds. So you got a rosemary, sea salt, black pepper, habanero pepper. Pretty cool stuff. Thank you guys. That's really awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Pork Clouds, make sure you do. If you want me to do a review, again, let me know and I will try these. I've tried a bunch of different pork rinds and I definitely have my favorite brands, but I have not tried these ones. Moving on, these actually were not sent to me. They were sent to Olivia, but they are a whole box of the Bunker Hill cheeses. Now, guys, if you don't know this, Olivia has her own Instagram, and she's actually got a bigger Instagram than I do. It's at Burgers and Bikinis. I'll put it on the screen right there. So she gets some stuff sometimes too, but we all kind of share the same business address because we don't want any weirdos coming and trying to find us. So it looks like there's basically every flavor of Bunker Hill cheese that they make, which is actually pretty cool. This is actually a really awesome form of cheese crisp, but they're really thick and crunchy. I'm really not sure how they get that texture, but it's one of my favorite textures from a cheese crisp. I think I mentioned that in the KetoCon snack unboxing. But yeah, if you guys have any flavors of these, just look it up on their website and let me know which ones you want me to try, and I can definitely do a video with that too. Yeah, okay, so lots of cheese. Moving on. Now here we have a pink box. This one is for me, so I guess they think I like pink. No, I'm kidding. I think this is from a company called K-Slim Energy. I did a little bit of an interview with them for a blog of theirs, and they offered to send me some product. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure that's what's in here. Cool, so that is exactly what it is. Here is a thing of the K-Slim Energy Powder. And they said, thank you for letting us interview you on our blog. I hope you enjoy your drink mix, and congrats again on your book. Thank you guys at K-Slim Energy. That is awesome. And I do appreciate you guys interviewing me. It's always fun to kind of talk to people about who I am, what I do, that kind of fun stuff. And of course, I do always appreciate when you guys send me your products. So this is an electrolyte and energy mix with some MTC, B12 vitamins, that kind of fun stuff. So I think I'm going to be using this instead of like a Zip Fizz. I don't know if you guys have seen those. It's something I've used in the past. I do like Zip Fizz, but they get a bit expensive after a while. So having those little tubes obviously can't be cheap to manufacture. So this kind of a tub idea I really do like. And then there's a 30 servings in here. So we'll give this a shot and see what I think. Next up, looks like some bars from Love Good Fats. So we've got the chewy, nutty, ridiculously delicious dark chocolatey sea salt and almond. I love salted chocolates, so that's really cool. And I've also got the salted caramel. Guys, I love salted caramel. And speaking of salted caramel, I'm working on a salted caramel ice cream recipe. It doesn't have to be salted caramel, but you're gonna see a glimpse of that here a little bit later, and that is what I'm gonna be coming out with for the recipe that'll be out next week. But yeah, they actually really hit the nail on the head there. I love salted chocolate, so they sent me these. Looking at them per bar, it's about 4 net carbs. Yeah, they're both 4 net carbs per bar. Once again, if you want me to do an individual review on these products or anything like that, let me know and I'll make sure I do it. Now, next up is a box that needs some explanation. Got a new GoPro setup. Yeah, one of the things that really delayed my last video from coming out was my GoPro Hero 7 decided to stop working. I've had it for 14 months. It has a 12-month warranty. Guess who didn't get a warranty exchange on it? This guy. And apparently it's all my fault because you're not supposed to leave them plugged in for more than 2 hours, so yay. Had to buy a new GoPro, wasn't very excited about that, but if you guys see the way that I film my videos, I have the big production camera looking down at the food since that's what I want the most detail in. And then I just use a GoPro on a small tripod looking at me with the green screen behind me, and that's kind of how it all works. In that last video, I actually had to use my cell phone, which I didn't really like doing that, so I went ahead and just ordered the Hero 9 and had to get new batteries because obviously none of the batteries that I purchased for the Hero 7 will fit it. So hopefully we're back up and running in the filming category so I can film my recipes as well as I want to again. But yeah, new GoPro. That was a fun expense there, but I'm actually excited to try it because this one does have a screen on the front, so I'm not always going to be like checking on my cell phone to make sure I'm in frame, that kind of stuff. There are some good things that are going to come out of it. It was just kind of a unexpected expense to say the least. Next is something that I just ordered in. These are some barbell grips. Now, if you guys watched the video where I showed you around my gym, we're gonna head out there in just a second, but I've started making some tweaks because when I built out the home gym, I had an idea of what I wanted, but I wasn't too familiar with products, and I started to realize there were things that didn't fit my needs quite well. So the dumbbells that I'd ordered were from Titan Fitness, and they have a 1-inch diameter shank on them, or I guess the whole dumbbell is 1-inch diameter, which is a little too narrow for my hands when I'm trying to work with them. So I just got these little rubber sleeves from Amazon, hopefully you guys can see that. And they're actually thicker than a regular barbell would be, but I kind of like that for doing curls. And today is a buy and try day for me, so these would go great on those dumbbells that I have out there, and we'll see how they work. But hopefully it's kind of less strain on my hand because grabbing such a narrow shank on that barbell, it's kind of really tough to grip it and get a good grip on it. So hopefully these help. So this is from Titan Fitness, and what these are deadlift silencer pads. So again, I'll show you guys when we get out to the gym, but I thought that having the 7/8 inch rubber followed by the 1.5 inches of plywood and then another 7/8 inch rubber would silence my deadlift. But the problem was as I was getting over 400 pounds, when I would do more than one rep, the banging of the weights echoing through my garage would just kind of disorient me and give me a headache. So I basically could only do 1 rep maxes. I couldn't actually get over 400 pounds with reps in, which I was doing about 425 for 5. But the problem was my ears would go crazy and it just wasn't safe in the end. So I got these to hopefully silence the deadlifts. And I guess one more little weird thing that I should mention I just put in is this flat top. And I've been using the hell out of this thing. I kind of got tired of having to heat up individual pans. I have a gas stove, and sometimes when I'm trying to cook things inside, I don't have pans that are big enough. And if I do, the gas is so concentrated that I really have to manage my hot spots and my heat very carefully. So I just got one of these Chinese flat tops, and honestly, it works great. I use this thing so much, I don't have to worry about putting pans in my dishwasher. I just scrape it off, hit it with some water to kind of sizzle off anything that's burnt on, and it's good to go. Plus, the burgers this thing makes, dude, it tastes just like a fast food burger, like In-N-Out burger or something like that, and I love that flavor for not a lot of effort. So yeah, we went ahead and put one of those in. It's probably the weirdest thing that I have in my kitchen, but I actually am very happy with it. I've had it 2 weeks now, and I've probably used it at least 5 days a week for the last 2 weeks, and I don't see that stopping. So Really great purchase. I'm really happy with that. And also, it makes killer pancakes. Well, now that you guys have seen some of the cool things that were sent to me, the new additions to the Black Sheep Keto set, and some of the things that I added to the gym and modified to make it fit my needs a little bit better, let's talk about what I am changing for this month. Today is November 1st, so as part of this series, I'd like to kind of tell you guys when I change things and what I'm doing. Now, I know a lot of people probably fell off the wagon for Halloween, and hey, I don't judge anybody. I had a couple Reese's Cups myself, but you know what? I'm not worried about it. Today, I am back on keto, and that's just how it's gonna be. With the holidays coming up, I know it happens to people all the time. Don't let it discourage you if it happens to you. Just take it as a treat, understand that it's a treat, and don't let it become a habit. Get back into your diet. So what am I changing for this week and going forward through the month? I'm actually gonna go into kind of a mini cut real quick. What that means is I'm gonna drop my calories to about 1,700. Now for me, because I work a sedentary job, I sit at a computer all day, that's a really kind of a deep cut for me at 1,700 calories. And I'm gonna do that over the next 4 weeks. Reason being is I'm gonna try to lose as much weight as I can before the holidays really come into full swing. What I've been doing is I've been in a slight deficit trying to take off a little bit of fat while getting my body back used to working out. But I've been back in the gym since I built it in my house like 8 or 9 weeks ago, and my lifting's kind of getting back to where it was, not as great as it was before COVID, but it's to a point where I'm comfortable trying to do a quick little cut. So the goal is going to be to knock off, 15 to 20 pounds in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I think that's a little bit doable. It could be hard to hit the 20 number, but I think 15 is totally doable. Knocking it off would put me in a really nice place to start a bulk as the holidays go on. So the reason for that is going to be around the holidays, I tend to have, family get-togethers, things like that. And even if I keep it keto, my calories are going to go up. So I like to use that to my advantage. I like to take advantage of the fact that I'm naturally going to be eating more calories and use it to put on some muscle through the holidays. And I've been doing this for the last few years. And I'll probably carry that bulk. It'll probably be a 12-week bulk, so that'll end sometime in February-ish, maybe early March, before I go into another cut for the summer. And with the addition of the grips for the dumbbells and the fact that I can finally deadlift at my full capacity thanks to those silencer pads, I think I'm gonna see some pretty good progress in my lifts, even with the fact that I'm gonna be going into a cut. I've been really kind of holding back on the deadlift just because of the banging in my ears kind of causing me to get disoriented, didn't wanna hurt myself. But now that I have those, I really think I could see over 600 pounds again by the end of the year, and I'm very, very excited for that. Now, before we hop into the gym for 2 days bicep and tricep exercise, I want to show you guys what I'm working on for this coming week's recipe. And it's going to be a keto ice cream that you do not have to thaw before eating. That is the most frustrating thing in the world to me is it's like, oh, I want some ice cream. Let me go set it on my counter for 30 minutes before I can eat it or stick it in the microwave and risk melting the whole dang pint. Not cool. So for me, I decided I was gonna build the recipe that didn't need to be thawed. Let me pull these directly out of the freezer right now and show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, one of them I made a week ago, one of them I made 3 days ago, and they've been in the freezer ever since. So check this out. So these were the 2 experiment ice creams that came literally just out of my freezer right now. This one I made a little over a week ago, and it is a salted caramel ice cream with egg yolk in it, so a little bit of stealing the idea of a French vanilla. Mixed into it with some chopped pecans and some Lily's white chocolate chips. This one kind of took the same idea, but I simplified it quite a bit. So I removed the egg yolk for the fact that it doesn't have to be cooked, and I can make this entire recipe from mixing to churning in under 30 minutes, which I know you guys would actually like. So I had to remove the egg yolk, and it does have a very good texture. You could also mix in the chopped nuts and maybe even some white chocolate chips if you wanted to. I just didn't for this test batch. Now the cool part is, let me go ahead and show you what it scoops, having literally just come out of the freezer. You guys can see that? And that's not even using an ice cream scoop. That's literally just a spoon. Perfect, no wait time required. And this one, obviously you can do the same thing. But again, this is a little bit harder of a recipe, and I think this one tastes just fine, and it's much faster to make.
Live in the moment till I die.
All right, everybody, I think we're going to go ahead and close out today's clip here in the gym because why the heck not? Now, in addition to doing the kind of bicep and tricep workout that you guys just saw, I did go for about a 3-mile walk today. It's 85 degrees and sunny here in Vegas. This is one of the most beautiful times of the year to actually live in Las Vegas, you know, after we just got through the 115-degree summer. So being 85 out, I was like, let's just take a nice little walk around. It ended up being just over 3 miles, and I have these kind of beautiful paths that cut between the communities in this area. So that's what I did for my cardio, and now that's going to be what I'm continuing to do even through the winter because, again, it never gets that cold here. It snows maybe once every 2 to 3 years. I have that luxury to not have to waste space in my tiny little gym here with cardio equipment, especially since I already had to sell one of my motorcycles to make room for this. I am very happy though that I finally got that extra GoPro in to replace the Hero 7 that had the solder melt from actually plugging it in to charge it instead of taking the battery out and buying a separate thing to charge the battery. So I did do that with the Hero 9, that way I don't have the problem with the crappy solder they use melting and ruining the whole thing. So that'll be great. I can actually start filming recipes again and not have to use my cell phone. Very happy about that. And I also went to the store and started picking up some ingredients for recipes that I plan on making here in the coming future because I was noticing that at least around here, people are starting to hoard things again for some strange reason. I thought we just got through that, but I guess people haven't figured it out yet. So even making last week's recipe, I had to go to 3 different stores to find baking powder. So thankfully I just went to one of those big box stores in the end and got some like baking, bakery style ones that are just massive containers. So I bought in bulk the things that I'm gonna need to continue to make recipes. That way I don't get screwed up with making recipes like I did when the ingredients kind of dried up the first time. So this way I'll still be able to produce content because I do not want to have to stop making content because I can't get ingredients. That really, really does suck. So we are kind of set here on the things that I want to make. I've got about 8 recipes lined up that I've been working on. I know next week is going to be that ice cream. Some of you may say, well, it's turning into winter. Why are you making ice cream now? It was 85 degrees today, and if you're like me, there is no wrong time of the year for ice cream, so we're gonna make some ice cream. Beyond that, I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of vlog series, a little bit of insight into my life. I think next week what I might do is go through and just talk a lot about myself, because to a lot of you guys out there, and maybe you don't care, but a lot of you guys out there, it might seem that I'm just some random guy on the internet that talks about keto, and you really don't know who I am, what I do, my story, how I got here, whatever. And maybe you guys don't care, maybe some of you do, but I think I'll do that video next week just to kind of refresh the memories because it's been a long time since I've actually talked anything about myself. So that could be fun. Anyways, I'm starting to get a little bit rambly here and it is time for some dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the video. If you like this video, leave it a like. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that for me, leave them down in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that subscribe button, show some love, and I will see you in the next one.